Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel, and today we're talking about Nicole because, oh my god, did you watch what happened last episode? What is wrong with her? Okay, we're diving in real hot with this one because 2 episodes ago, we ended the episode on Nicole and Mahmoud having a fight about, guess what? Clothes. Yeah, you nailed it. And the two of them argued and fought about it, and then Nicole had to go out to meet with her friends alone, without Mahmoud, because he just stayed home in frustration. That's where we left off last time, but this episode we see Nicole then go to meet with her friends without Mahmoud, and immediately the shit-talking and kind of bullshit behavior from Nicole begins. The friends are like, "Hey Nicole, it's good to see you. Hey, where's Mahmoud? Is he not coming?" And Nicole's like, "No, he's not coming." "Oh really? That's disappointing. We were so excited to meet him." "Yeah, I know, that's what I said."
We were excited to meet him.
I know, like that's what I said.
"Oh, that's unfortunate. Why isn't he coming?" "Well, Mahmoud isn't coming because he wants to divorce me." I don't know why I'm using such a deep voice for Nicole. I think in my head, the angry, mean voice I have is just like a toxic masculine guy, so that's the only voice I have for it.
Why he is not coming?
Well, Mahmoud's not coming because he wants to get a divorce.
What?
This is just a pet peeve of mine. Maybe you feel the same way, but I hate watching someone talk to their friend group and just shit-talking their relationship. I feel like when you talk to your friends about the relationship and you grossly mischaracterize the situation by painting yourself as this perfect little angel and your partner as just this malicious D-bag, I feel like it's kind of taking advantage of the good relationship you have with your friends to just gang up on someone who's not there. Like here with Nicole, her friends are asking why Mahmoud didn't come here today. And instead of saying, "Oh, we got into a fight, about the cultural thing," or, "Things have just been a little hard recently with the adjustment and we're both kind of on edge," to just go and mischaracterize it like, "Well, he's not coming because he just wants to divorce me over nothing." Like, pff, what an idiot. You know what I mean? Does that bother you too? Also, that's just not even an accurate statement. Like, he's not mad at you because he wants a divorce. He's mad at you and he wants a divorce, or said so, because you had a fight. So Mahmoud's not showing up because he wants a divorce. Anyway, so moving on, she said that he's not here because he wants a divorce, like a child. But when she's asked about it, she then says, "Okay, so we had a fight about my back being exposed." And then the group of friends get into this debate over whether or not her back should be considered exposed.
I think you very much.
Degrees of modesty and
it's very conservative dress. I don't think your bag is exposed.
As if their opinion matters at all. But she goes on to explain that this morning, I think day, 2, maybe 3 of him being in America, she's decided that now it's time to lay down the law and decide that she gets to do whatever she wants and Mahmoud has to suck it up.
talk to him about the fact that I get to make my own decisions.
Yeah.
So I laid down the law. He said, "That's okay, yeah, that's fine."
Which in her mind, she thinks Mahmoud agreed to, but I think we as the audience can guess, yeah, I don't think, I doubt that's exactly what happened. I kind of doubt that Nicole just decided for their relationship that she now gets to do whatever she wants and Mahmoud, you're American now, deal with it. And Mahmoud is like, "You know what, yeah, I guess you're right. It's been 2 days, I won't have any more feelings or opinions about my religion anymore." And then in her retelling of the accounts, she then wore this slightly revealing backside dress. And Mahmoud just immediately said, "Okay, well, we're gonna divorce now, we're done."
But then I wore this dress and he says, "We're done."
And of course, I understand if you're talking to your friends and you're going to come off a little biased, maybe you embellish the story a little bit to make yourself look a little better. But come on, is anybody going to be buying this story? Even your friends? Is anyone going to believe that, well, we had this conversation and everything was great, and then I wore a dress, and then immediately he hates me and wants to divorce me? Like, really? Everyone's going to believe that it's that black and white? Like, any rational person capable of any amounts of critical thoughts can probably hear that and go, okay, well, there's probably more to this story. Maybe they had a fight about this and this is an ongoing thing. But friend number 1 over here takes the whole story hook, line, and sinker because she's like, "Oh my God, wow, you did everything right, Nicole. That's so ridiculous from Mahmoud. His behavior is so outrageous. You're doing everything right."
This is unacceptable.
The way he reacted is the unacceptable part, right?
Yes. Yes, it's a child.
No, seriously, this friend in a one-on-one told the camera that they've been having problems that's really hard on her, and it's definitely his fault. It's not Nicole.
I know right now she's super stressed out and unhappy, and it's not Nicole.
Like, how would you know that? You know that you are only getting one side of the story from Nicole, right? Meanwhile, Julian, this guy here, is trying to be the voice of reason, I think, and trying to walk her off the cliff a little bit, and is like, well, do you love him? Which was probably not the thing to ask at the time.
Do you love him?
I love him to the moon and back, Julian, but does that make a difference?
And then we have the third friend, Olga, who is this guy's wife from Ukraine. And she's trying to say that she understands where Mahmoud is coming from because she's been a foreigner too, even though she's not Muslim. And I think that's kind of a big part of it.
To be in a different country by my own self, he definitely have to put himself out there and have to experience the life.
So we have Julian, who's trying to calm everybody down. We have Olga, who thinks she can relate and thinks that her experience matters and is important to this situation, which almost for sure it's not. And then we have, well, I don't know her name, this girl here, who I think is maybe not the brightest bulb in the box. And after talking about it some more and more lamenting about how disappointed they are that they couldn't meet Mahmoud, Julian then asks if it's okay if all four of them come together to the apartment after dinner to go meet him there, which, no, that's a terrible idea.
Absolutely, please come over. Okay. Show him a little bit of the world.
What makes you think that's a good idea? You guys just had a fight, and now you're going to invite 3 of your friends, people that he doesn't know, strangers to him. You're going to invite your 3 friends, so now it's 4 against 1 to ambush Mahmoud when he wasn't expecting this. Why would you think he would handle that well? By the way, why does she think this would be a good idea? Well, this is her answer.
Mahmoud is making a big deal out of nothing. I've been trying for the past couple of days to get him out of this bad mood.
He's making a big deal out of nothing, and it's been a whopping 2 whole days, and he's not happy yet. And she's tried everything for these 2 days to get him out of this stupid little slump he's in. And he's got to do it eventually. He's got to get up and enjoy the world eventually. Like, I don't know what else to do other than just to give him some time and relax and acclimate and not be barking down his shoulder and fighting all the time. Maybe that could be better. But before they go, I wanted to ask you, the audience, something, because Olga, the not Muslim woman who thinks she understands exactly what Mahmoud's going through, says this.
If the mountain do not come to the Muhammad, then Muhammad come to the mountain. That's what Muslim people say.
And I didn't know what she was saying. I hadn't heard that before. I was kind of wondering if she was just being like kind of racist. So I Googled it. And apparently it is a proverb. If the mountain won't come to Muhammad, then Muhammad must go to the mountain. And she said that's what the Muslim people say, but this on Wikipedia says it was coined by Francis Bacon. And I can't tell from my Google search if this is an actual saying that actual Muslim people say, or if this is just something co-opted by Europeans. Can anybody explain this to me? Do Muslim people actually say this, or is she just being kind of ignorant? Okay, so fast forwarding way later, all the way to the end of the episode, which, by the way, that's how you know a fight's gonna happen if it's the last scene of an episode. And Nicole and all her friends arrive to the apartment to surprise Mahmoud.
Hey, Mahmoud.
Hi.
My friends are here, so if you want to come out and meet them, you should.
Mahmoud's looking a little haggard right now because he was just asleep, and tells us that he's real tired and that he doesn't understand why, after having a full day of fighting, that Nicole would bring her friends over.
I don't understand why they are here now, after we are spending all day fighting together.
Which, again, I am totally on Mahmoud's side here. I don't know if you've been in his situation before, where you maybe have had a fight with your partner and then have to put on the socializing mask with their friends. Maybe you haven't had that experience, but I have. And I can tell you, it sucks. You know, I'm already mad, feeling hurt, insecure, unsure about the relationship. That's already pretty heavy on the mind. And then when my partner would finally come home, often drunk, which for me, you know, that meant that a lot of fights were probably to come because she wasn't the nicest drunk in the world. So even more so, I'm sitting at home and just dreading what's gonna happen next. That's more of a me thing. I don't know if Mahmoud's worried about that. But you're sitting there, you're stressed, you have unresolved feelings about the fight you just had. And then when they bring a bunch of friends over, now you have to go, oh, yeah. Hey everyone. Hey, oh, it's so good to meet you. Yeah, you know, I've heard so much about you, and you know, I definitely wasn't just mad, tired, and angry and sleeping and all that. So I'm really happy that you guys are here in my space that I was recharging, you know, my last safe haven. I'm so glad you guys are here. Yeah, no, stay and eat and have drinks. And I just, when are you guys gonna leave? Can you please get the hell out of here? So Mahmoud is tired and doesn't really want to be socializing right now. And then Olga, the European lady who thinks that she can understand what it's like to be Mahmoud right now, further proves that she indeed does not understand what it's like to be Mahmoud, because she approaches the Muslim guy in her dress and all that, gets on the bed that he's sitting on, and gives him a hug. Which made me cringe while watching it, like, ooh, Mahmoud's probably not gonna like this. And then he indeed tells us that, yeah, he's not even supposed to be touching other women other than his wife.
My religion said, like, I don't supposed to touch another woman, she not, like, from my family. And some girl come to my room, her friend, like, hugs me, like, feels weird for me.
Pretty inconsiderate. And instead of just saying hi, recognizing that he's really tired and kind of going, well, it was nice to meet you, we're gonna hang out here, why don't you rest? They all kind of peer pressure him into coming out and hanging out with them.
Come out of hiding, come say hi, come meet with us.
And now he's being asked questions by the friend group and essentially now has to perform and socialize with everybody.
It hasn't been sunny, so wait till
the sun comes out.
I didn't see the sun, yeah.
And to make it all worse, look at the expression Nicole has on her face. He now has to suddenly entertain 3 strangers in his house, and his only person he knows, his wife, Nicole, is looking at him like this. This is already a lot of introverts' worst nightmare. This is already pretty bad and inconsiderate, but it only gets worse, way worse actually, but immediately gets kind of worse when Julian, the guy, then asks like, hey, can we have some drinks here? So now Nicole is pouring drinks for everybody, which for me, at least in my experience, I'm thinking, well, that means they're gonna stay longer. That means there's gonna be more inebriation. I'm gonna have to deal with more bullshit basically. But even Nicole having alcohol in the house is a surprise to Mahmoud, because that's also not cool for his religion.
I didn't know there's alcohol in the house until she get it some out for her friends. It's not makes me comfortable.
And hey, you can hate Mahmoud, you can have your opinion about that, but watching him pace around the apartment right now, so incredibly uncomfortable. Like, I feel that, man. My heart rate would be through the roof right now this whole time. But as a small surprise, Nicole actually understands that this might be a bit of a line she's crossing right now, and tells us in the one-on-one that she actually feels kind of bad about having to serve her friends alcohol, and kind of doesn't even want to do it.
I definitely feel uncomfortable pouring drinks for my friends because I know that that would not be something that Mahmoud's ever seen, and I sort of don't want to do it.
And I'd like to give Nicole some credit here, but I can't, because then she immediately says this.
And I sort of don't want to do it, but then it's a part of my culture to have good hospitality, so I am going to pour them a drink.
Is there no third option, Nicole? Is there no place to compromise? Well, I guess no, she doesn't really know what compromising is, does she? You can be hospitable to your friends and still serve them non-alcoholic beverages and just tell them like, hey, I'd love to serve you a drink, but this is, we're trying to make this work with Mahmoud and, in his religion, you can't have the alcohol. I don't think anyone's going to be mad at her for that. So Nicole pours them the drinks, and the friend, the dumb one, then raises her glass to propose a toast to Mahmoud and his welcome home party.
Cheers, Mahmoud. Welcome to the US and LA.
Thank you.
To America.
Thank you so much.
Which, considering he's not comfortable with either them being here or the drinking, kind of feels like you're eating steak to celebrate a vegan's birthday. You know what I mean? It just feels like, did you have to choose that? And this is where everything gets completely derailed by Nicole. Because if everything up to this point was just uncomfortable or inconsiderate, what's about to happen is straight up malevolent, evil shit. Because one of the friends asks Mahmoud, hey, why didn't you come out to dinner tonight? And Mahmoud answers normally. He says, well, I was just tired, that's why. Which maybe isn't technically the truth, but if I didn't go out to some situation because my partner and I just had a big fight, I'm not gonna say that. And even though that wasn't the truth, and all the friends know that, they go along with it. And they're like, yeah, you do look pretty tired, sorry about that. But then Nicole chimes in and says, you know what, Mahmoud? You're a fucking liar.
You look tired. You look exhausted, actually.
You're a liar. Mahmoud, tell the truth. Yeah, tell the truth.
Yeah, whoa is right. What the hell, Nicole? And she starts goading him like, yeah, why don't you tell the truth, huh? Yeah, tell the truth. And then the dumb friend does this little thing, like this little, oh, you're so cute face thing. which makes no sense to me. Like read the room. Why would that be the move you do in that situation? Like, oh, like how cute. You have a little ketchup on your lips. No, they're about to fight. Get out of the way. But the other friends are like, whoa, like, okay, chill. Like, you know, it's okay. We don't want to be involved with this. This would be incredibly awkward and uncomfortable if you just had this huge fight right in front of us. Please don't do this, Nicole. Also, look at Nicole's face this whole time. Look at the hatred she has. I can't know if she feels this way, but what I see in her face right now, lot of anger, maybe even hatred, malice, contempt. That is not a face you want to see someone look at you with, ever, especially your partner. Especially after a night of drinking. I don't know if she's drunk right now, but she does look a little pink and flushed. And for full disclosure, it could be that when I see a partner angry and drunk, that triggers me because I've had an angry drunk partner before that I just talked about. So maybe I'm getting a little triggered right now and you guys don't necessarily see the same amounts of vitriol and hates that I'm seeing. But regardless of how drunk she may or may not be in this situation, even later on in the one-on-one when she's describing what happens, it sounds like she's mad that Mahmoud is just playing it cool and not being weird in front of her friends about their fights. And now she's worried that she's gonna look bad to her friends as the crazy one.
He's the crazy guy who wants to get a divorce over a dress. And now he's sitting here smiling and being all nice with my friends, and it's embarrassing. It makes me look bad, like I lied to them, made everything more dramatic than it was.
Why would you think your friends would think that? Why would anyone, your friends or not, you go tell them that you had a fight with your partner, introduce them to your partner, and they're just like, hi, I just, I'm a little off today, things are a little, that's a normal response. No one's expecting you to just walk through the door and be like, oh, hi, Nicole and all your friends. You fucking suck. I hate you. I can't believe we fought earlier. Like, no one would expect that. I'm sure all of her friends can see Mahmoud playing it cool and still fully believe that they have their stuff to work on. But that also makes you think, if she's disappointed that Mahmoud is playing it cool right now, then it makes you wonder, why did you bring your friends over tonight to begin with? Because she said earlier that she's never sure if after the fights, Mahmoud's gonna be friendly or still mad. And she's like, well, I don't know. It's always a gamble.
I never know if after we argue, if he's gonna be in a good mood or still in the same mood. It's always like a gamble.
But now when he's pretending to be friendly or at least playing it cool, she's mad.
And now he's sitting here smiling and being all nice with my friends, and it's embarrassing.
So you wanted him to be mad this whole time? You wanted to walk through the door and him get really mad and triggered and fight you in front of everybody? It'd be one thing if they met Mahmoud and he was like, oh, hi, everybody. Hey, everything is going perfectly. Everything is great. Wow, you guys look beautiful. Hey, what do you think about Nicole and her dress? Her back is kind of revealing, right? Is that what you're bothered by? No, not at all, Jeremy, whatever your name is. No, that's totally fine. I don't care at all about the clothing. She always just has this in her. It'd be one thing if it was a total flip and then Nicole's thinking, well, oh my God, like this is what's going on. He's gaslighting them. He's making me seem like the crazy one. Like, oh, we can't have that. He's clearly uncomfortable the whole time. That's not what's going on. What I think is maybe more accurate is that Nicole is just so mad, so much pent up frustration, anger, resentment towards Mahmoud, towards his culture, towards her experience in Egypt, all of that.
I love him to the moon and back, Julian, but does that make a difference?
That she just can't take it anymore. And maybe now that she's been empowered with her friends and she can feel like she has some of their support, now we can gang up and I feel more confident. Or maybe it was a little bit of the drinky poo that might be giving her some more energy, confidence, and anger. That now everything is coming to a head and she just lashes out, possibly drunkenly, at her partner in front of everybody, swearing at him, making a huge fuss. Abusive? Can we call this abusive? Maybe you don't think it's abusive yet, but it somehow gets worse. Because now that the cat's out of the bag, Julian again tries to be the voice of reason and asks Mahmoud, so what did happen earlier?
But I mean, like, what happened?
And Mahmoud again tries to play it cool and says, yeah, we had kind of a fight earlier, this thing happened.
Nothing, just like we have like a little fight with.
When Nicole jumps in and sarcastically starts mocking him and is like, oh, just a little fight, huh, Mahmoud? Just a little one where you threatened to divorce me, huh? Just a little fight? With, again, nothing but anger and contentment in her face, her voice, her body language.
Just like we have like a little fight with morning.
Oh, just a little one, right? Just a little one where you said we were gonna, you know, get a divorce. Just a little tiny fight.
And Mahmoud, hearing that, correctly, I think, interprets that like, okay, this isn't going anywhere good. This is the end here. I'm just gonna walk away. I'm going back to my room. Like this is over.
You know, get a divorce. Just a little tiny fight.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Because really, what else is Mahmoud supposed to do right now? He's getting yelled at. There's 4 people here. They're all in a line, all facing him. 4 against 1, 3 strangers, new country. There's alcohol in the house. People are wearing stuff that he's uncomfortable with. He didn't even know this was gonna happen 10 minutes ago, and they all ambushed him. And now his single lifeline in this entire country is angry, yelling, cussing at him. And as he walks away, to just walk away from the fights, leave it alone, you know, take a break, she then yells at him, yeah, you walk away, you hateful little F word.
That took a turn.
Well, hateful little.
Hey, wait.
Look at that face again. Tell me what you see in that. In my last video on them, at the end of the video, I speculated why Nicole might be so hateful and vengeful. And like I said earlier, I think a lot of it does come down to the bad feelings and possible mistreatments that she feels that she had suffered in the whole Egypt debacle, and that there might be a lot of insecurity about this whole relationship working. You know, this is the 3rd try. If this doesn't work here in America, it's never gonna work. And I wonder if some of that pressure that the relationship now finally has to work might be directed onto Mahmoud, as if she's trying to say, I want a successful marriage, I want this to work out, and because you're such a stupid asshole, it won't work, it's all your fault. And now I want to torture you a little bit and give you all the pain and suffering that I dealt with, and now you have to deal with it in a revenge scheme. But may then also be like, well, this is all your fault that the relationship isn't working, you're a controlling asshole, and you're so stubborn that you're ruining everything. You're hurting me, which hurts my feelings, and you're the reason the relationship isn't working out, which double F you. I don't know if that's what's going on. At least the revenge plot about the Egypt thing, that seems pretty clear right now. I don't think there's really much debating that. And I'm only speculating that there may also be some kind of other relationship anxiety thing that she's pinning on him. I don't know about that, but this amount of revenge and contentment and scapegoating that she's doing, this is abusive. This is abusive. This situation here, a terrible fight. Imagine how alone he must feel, how confused, overwhelmed, and this is the person that's supposed to have your back? If she was just kind of annoyed and wanted to get him back a little bit, or if this social situation with her friends was just a little inconsiderate, that already would have been dramatic enough to make a video about and to be put on the show, I guess. But this amount of anger we're seeing from Nicole, even if it's from alcohol or not, seeing this is like, what is going on behind the scenes? Unless this whole thing is an act for TV, which I personally don't think it is, I feel like this might be a glimpse into something in the relationship that is really concerning. Not just dramatic for TV, wow, haha, these guys are so incompatible, but like, does someone need to be called about this in the future? I said in the last video that I thought maybe they'd work out or be kind of good together, you know, back in last season. I take that back. Oh my God. Well, that's all I got for today's video. I'm honestly still a little shook right now about this whole thing. This is just so much. So let me know what you thought about this couple in the comments down below. What the hell do you think just happened? What is going on here? And until next time, if you enjoyed the video and you enjoy my content, you know what to do. Hit subscribe, like button, all that. Thank you for sticking around this long, and I'll see you in the next one.